Ghost Stories. Do all sorts of ghostly things. Talk local legends. And some ghost hunting. Stories we hope to live to tell. And you have to listen. Huz Ghost Stories. Huz Ghost Stories. We talk Tinker's Hollow to the beast of Delaware Road. Stories we hope to live to tell. And you have to listen.
Welcome, folks, to a new Who's Ghost Stories and a very special episode. As you can tell, I am here by myself, no Alex or Tyler or Megan. But I'm not alone because I've got my bud Paul here, and I've got someone else special I'll tell you about, but don't know how much. We'll see how comfortable they are. And also, you can tell I'm in a different filming location. I'll tell you why, but that means you could see some animal activity here. Actually, I don't know where Scooby went. He's around here somewhere. But the other dogs are as well. As always, thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe. Send it to anyone that you think might find it interesting. Use the... I am here. And thank you for using your light already. I am a witch. I am a psychic. Alright, but moving on here. We've already got a lot of talking. In the link tree, you'll find a TeePublic store now, which are shirts I designed that are separate from the Who's Our Reiki and Who's Ghost Stories. So check those out as well. So today, I've got a couple of new co-hosts here. In Paul, and in a spirit...
From here.
Yes, I am. I am from Erie. A spirit in this box, who I've been calling Joshua for now, but I don't know if that's actually their name. It's been difficult trying to suss out their name. So, anyone that's watched any of my live videos, or has gotten a reading from me, or just knows me on a personal level, they know about Paul. Paul is a spirited bear. Oh boy, I'm breaking everything on this device. Paul is a 10-year-old boy who tragically passed away, and his spirit is attached to the bear. Now, he's not...
Not likely.
Not likely? What do you mean? So what you're hearing is I've got a phone in front of each of them running the GhostTube app we use. It's kind of like the Oculus, where their energy can pick a word and then it'll read it out. And then on this one here, I'm running the GhostTube Seer to see if any of them want to draw pictures. We'll change things up here a little bit, though. If any of them do make pictures, I'll pop them into the video. But anyways, he's a 10-year-old boy who passed away, and now he's attached to his bear. He's not stuck in the bear, though. He chooses to be here. What does that mean? That means he can walk away from...
I know that you.
Exactly. I hope the camera picked that up. I don't know how to do a screenshot on this phone. But that was awesome. I'll try to do a screenshot of the word book in here. But exactly, it said through here, I come and go. And that's really what it means. Sorry for the abrupt cut there. The dogs went kind of crazy. But that's exactly what it means, is he can come and go. He likes to stay around his bear the most. That's where he's the most comfortable. This is his possession. He loves it. But, for example, we'll take him on some of our... Did I tell? My name's Andrew, not Andrea. Thank you for making that clock chime. Second time you guys have done that. But, who's Andrea? Let's see if he pops up with anything through there. But, ooh. Grandfather. That is a... Alright, so they're both going off here. But grandfather is interesting because that is kind of like a grandfather clock. I'll try to put a picture of it up here. And it was made by one of Megan's grandfathers. Or great-grandfather. So that's kind of cool too. And it's randomly started working, and right now it's chiming. Which is, whoa, there's the cat. Alright. Paul loves the cat, so, and the cat loves Paul. So no big surprise there. Scooby setting off the proximity alarm. Yeah, he come and go. So like if we go on a trip, we can take the bear, and Paul will come with us. And Paul has the option that at any time he can leave the bear to come with us and do whatever we want, or he can stay with it. So we've taken him on some investigation trips with us, and we've left Bearlock Holmes here, or Inspector Bearlock, in the car, and Paul has stayed in the car. Recently he wanted to go to one of Megan's hockey games, so I left Inspector Bearlock in the car, and Paul came with me inside the ice rink. And same thing here around the house. He can leave the Inspector Bearlock here, walk all around the house as he wants to, or he can stay attached to it. Paul isn't too comfortable with me sharing his life story that he told me just yet, so maybe that one day down the road we can. He will let me share it with certain individuals, but not everyone just yet. And then this over here, I'll try to lift this up without damaging it. This is a spirited item that is trapped in the box. So, is what this is. And same thing here, I won't elaborate on the story that I know so far from it until the spirit gives us permission. But I've been calling the spirit Joshua because that seems to be the name it responds to the most. But I don't know if that's the spirit's actual name. Mainly because the spirit appears to be Native American. All signs point to Native American. The visions I've seen have been Native American. And I don't know if Joshua would be their name. Through the pendulum, they spelled out almost what kind of was like Hain, but my concentration was broken. Yeah, you're right here. That's wild.
Moron.
Thanks, Paul. Paul just called me a moron. That happens quite a bit. Don't know how that got wax on there. Ignore me for a minute there. The difference between the two. Thank you for turning on your light, I hope. Hope it catches on camera. Here, I'll lift it up. So I gave him his own light here. The difference is the item the spirit's attached to is put into the box, and then the box is ceremoniously covered in wax and then other objects that help seal it in. And then a ceremony and ritual is done to lock the spirit in the box. So, whereas Paul can come and go, it's a danger. Whereas Paul can come and go away from his object, Inspector Bearlock here, this spirit cannot. This spirit has to stay close to the box at all times. So he can't walk around the house unless I take the box around the house. So like in the immediate vicinity of the box, he can interact with things here. So like he can use the Ghost Tube app as best he can. He can turn on his light. He can interact with the pendulum and the rods. I forgot to bring those over, so I'll have to go grab those. But that's him, and as I work with him more and learn more about him, it'll be amazing for both of us. And then one day, hopefully, he'll feel more welcome to having his story told.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Paul? He was okay with being on camera here and part of the show, but he doesn't really know how much he wants to partake. So he's here. He might not join in anything else. It might just be the Paul show. We'll see. Why am I filming down here instead of the normal recording? Institution? Were you in an institution? He's still getting used to using the Ghost Tube. This is only like the third or fourth time. So it's still new to him. The first time we did it, a lot of nonsensical words were getting picked and used. But anyways, down here. So usually I work with my spirits in the attic, which is where my altar is and where we record the podcast at. They did not want to be up in the attic. They wanted to be down with the animals. And so, here we are. So, for this episode, I kind of wanted to introduce everyone to Paul and Spirit in the Box Joshua here. Kind of let them experience what these two are like. I also wanted to talk about some of the items we use, things we do together here with just them and on investigations. We've actually got tomorrow, we're going to the Eagle Hotel in Judson House. So expect those episodes sometime soon, hopefully soon. So a lot of what I'll be going over here you'll see in those episodes, and you've probably seen in past episodes as well. The first is we have our voice recorders. We haven't used this specific one or the other one. I just got two new used ones that we'll be using. And with these, especially with how we'll be using these, is we'll turn them on and we'll ask a few questions, spaced a few seconds apart at least, give time for a response, and then, you stop it and you listen back to it to see if you hear anything. With You want to? Alright. So we use the pendulum here. I have my little pendulum board and my pendulum. Do you want to try using the voice recorder now?
Holy water.
Alright, pendulum went to yes. Holy water. I do not have any holy water on me.
Brother.
Right. I have a brother, Stevie. Did you have a brother? Alright, so since he wants to actually interact with the recorder here, I can kind of give a little demonstration of what we do. Because usually in the moment when we're on our excursions, we don't really get to talk about what we're doing. So how many spirits are here? Can one of you tell me your
Damage.
name? Can one of you tell me your name? Are you positive
Over
spirits?
here.
Are you positive spirits? Are you happy being here? Can you tell me where you're from? Can you tell me where you're from? Thank you. So, the reason I repeated a couple questions was because, the ghost tubes went off. And I don't want to false negative, and also if they were going to say something to the recorder during that time, I didn't want to miss it. So now is what we would do. We would make sure the volume is cranked up, and we'll hit play, and we would listen to it.
How many spirits are here? Can one of you tell me your name? Can one of you tell me your name? Are you positive
Over
spirits?
here. Rest in peace.
Rest in
Are you
peace.
positive spirits? Are you happy being here? Can you tell me where you're from? Can you tell me where you're from? Thank you.
Paul's thing just said, I don't know. So that's what happens with the recorder. I don't really know if anything was said there. I'll have to listen to it with headphones, increase the volume some, and see what's really there. It doesn't really sound like we got anything, but that's okay. That happens quite a bit. I don't want to say, wrong thing. I don't want to say it's rare to get EVPs through there, but there's usually a lot of other phenomena that happens. You keep saying over here. What's up? So that's the voice recorder. The other thing you've seen us use, which we've used as a voice recorder in the past. Thank you for dinging the clock again. The other thing you've seen us use quite a bit is our spirit box.
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
Higher.
Scanning. AM.
Higher. Turn the volume up. Through here, they just made a picture of some plants. Not quite sure. I'll throw that one up there too. Institution again. Does anyone want to talk through the spirit box? So, the spirit box. We use it as a recorder. This is what we did with the SD's method. We had our headphones plugged in listening to that. But the idea is when you set it to scan... Elizabeth? Who's Elizabeth? You made a picture of like a bed or like a crib here, one of you did. As you saw, Paul especially loves the pendulum. I've had good use with it. With Joshua here, can you move the pendulum as fast as you can? Thank you. Can you stop the pendulum? They made a picture of what looks like an owl peeking through a window there. Megan did just buy me an owl sun catcher. It's kind of what it reminds me of there almost. Pendant? I am wearing my pendants today. My Lilith one and my other ones. Do you mean pendulum? Do you want to keep playing with the pendulum? Oh, can you move the pendulum as fast as you can? Or do you have something you want to say about one of the pendants on your box? Thank you. Can you stop the pendulum? Thank you. One thing we haven't tried using on our investigation yet, maybe soon. We did use a spirit table at Greystone Manor. I do have, thanks to Megan, my own little spirit board here. Haven't really tried it with either of these two yet. They are making all sorts of pictures today. Who's the man going up the steps? I'll stand you up over here.
Blessed.
Blessed? Are you blessed? Or do you want to be blessed? So, because everything's been Native American in origin, I do like to play my shamanic drum for him. Hey, that was Benji. Benji's not so sure about the drum. He does like the drum. It increases the energy from him and his box. I use the drum a lot in my meditations and cleansings, Reiki sessions, and sometimes readings. So I really like my drum. He really enjoys it too, so that is one thing that we've been able to bond over early. Paul loves playing with the dowsing rods, divining rods, the pendulum. He loves these little dice that have letters on them. He loves all the apps. and he loves his different toys, and he loves these lights. Maybe here we'll show one of our music games. Video's gonna get a copyright claim, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna grab the dowsing rods real quick. I'll be back in a jiff. Alright, so really cool here while I was grabbing those, Joshua said dog, which of course I have multiple dogs, asked if he has a dog, but he made, one of them made a really cool picture here of what looks like Stonehenge, or that kind of nature. Could be signed for a graveyard or a cemetery tool, too. But, anyways. You've seen us use these, especially at like Greystone Manor. Spirits really enjoy playing with these. So a lot of times I'll just let Paul play with them. Whatever he wants to do. Yeah, I'm a friend. I consider you a friend. So I gotta hold them up where they won't get hit, but move over. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. He came through the box saying move over since I hit him with the one rod. But, Paul, do you want to play with the rods here? Make a move? How fast can you spin them? It's cool you got them going opposite ways. Is it just you, or is Joshua playing with one too? Thank you. With the rods, we can also use them to ask questions. So if I say this hand is yes, this hand is no, we can say, is your name Paul? Thank you. Can you stop the rod? Ethan?
Bathroom.
Bathroom? There's no Ethan in the bathroom. Let's see. Paul, is Joshua a goat? There we go. And of course, like you can use the rods for really anything. You know, you can male or female, and then they move those. You can also do counting, which counting one's pretty cool. Paul and I have worked on that here. Paul, can you click the rods together for how old you are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
What brought you here?
8, 9, 10. Paul, are you 10 years old? Or were you 10 when you passed? Yes, thank you, bud. Some people think that that's like when I tell people that I'm working on something with Paul, they oftentimes think it's a trick, and some people will ask me to demonstrate it. But the thing is, I'm not teaching Paul tricks. He's not a animal or a circus animal. He's not any sort of performer.
Married.
I am married. Thank you. He likes my wife more than me. Most spirits do. But I'm not like training him, teaching him things to do as tricks. Like he's not a party trick to me. I don't bring him down and say, hey everyone, check out this, look at this. No. We work on these things so he can become stronger, more confident, and we have daughter. Did you have a daughter? What's your daughter's name? We do these things so he can get more confident, stronger, and there's other ways for him to communicate because, as a psychic medium, Paul and I can talk to each other. I can feel Paul, I can see Paul, like his aura, we can communicate, but for like my wife and stuff and other people that don't have those abilities or aren't actively working with those abilities, things like using the devices, the rods, the pendulum, those are his way of communicating with them. And also, he just likes to play with them. He's the spirit of a 10-year-old boy. Things are fun. This is one of his favorite ways to play with it, holding it sideways. Paul, can you play with the pen? Can you play with the rod? Pathetic. Who's pathetic? Or are you saying that you think people that treat you like some sort of performer are pathetic? You gotta brace my arm here because he likes to pull on it. What's your daughter's name? Are you saying I'm gonna have a daughter? I hope so. Paul, how strong can you move this rod? Sometimes Paul can get it to go all the way around, which is really cool. We'll see if he wants to try that today. He's doing a really good job with it right now. He's moving like that clock over there. I gotta adjust my grip here. You can keep playing with it. You can swing it as fast as you want. Joshua, what do you need help with? Do you want to help him? You guys can move it together if you want.
I'm leaving.
Why are you leaving? We just got here. We're going to be doing the music thing pretty soon. Can you both do the rod thing? So, it's interesting because I haven't tried this with Joshua yet. We haven't done much with the rods at all. So you can see that he's not moving it nearly as adept as Paul is, which is cool. Joshua, do you want to try spinning it this way? You don't have to if you don't want to. Paul, you can play with this one. I'll raise it above your head. There you go, Joshua. Can you do that like Paul? There you go. Good job. Thank you, bud. Both of you, thank you. So we'll put those down here. One thing that's kind of cool, Joshua loves to play with fire. And Paul has started to enjoy it as well. So I got this one candle here to show. So like, oh boy, did I grab a lighter that works? We got a picture coming through of a woman crying. That's not a nice picture. Who's the sad crying lady you made a picture of? Well, what was that about? So here we go. So we got the candle lit. So Joshua likes to play with the flame itself. Like he likes to make it dance and grow big. Paul, so far once, has actually snuffed the flame out. So we'll be sitting here as the flame grows. You'll see it dance if Joshua wants to play with it. And then Joshua, do you want to play with the flame? Or Paul, do you want to snuff the flame out? However you guys want to play with it is fine. So to be safe, to make sure you can reach it okay, I'll just move Joshua up kind of close here if he does want to play with it. Alright, cool. The camera is catching the flame. But yeah, and like I said, they're not performers, so sometimes they don't really do anything at all with it. It's just things that they feel like doing and that they like doing. Um, Paul, do you want to try snuffing out that flame for me? He told me maybe, so we'll see. But Joshua, do you want to play with the flame? I know sometimes you like to make it grow big and you like to make it dance around. When I'm working in the altar, he especially likes to
Cage.
play with the candles. Your box is like a cage. Do you like being in the box? But this is a lot of kind of like what happens when I work with them, is we play with a lot of different things, we try a lot of different things, we talk. Usually when I'm speaking with them, I will talk to them as a psychic medium, but I'll also turn on the devices because I know that they just like interacting with them. And especially in Joshua's case here, I think it's important for him to get used to them so he can get. Whoa, that got real heavy. Felt like this rod was gonna get pulled out of my hand. Let's see, we made another picture of a house here. A lot of house pictures, very interesting, guys. Paul, do you want to play with this rod? Joshua, do you want to try playing with this rod?
Can you feel me? Protect.
I can feel you. You're really pulling on this rod. Joshua, are you here to protect? Are you like a guardian? Oh, you guys are really moving these rods. You're going in separate directions too. That's really cool. I like when they do that. But yes, Paul, I can definitely feel you are really cranking down on this rod. Can you stop the rods? Thank you. So one thing that's important is, when it comes to the rods and pendulums, is they have to be touching or being held by something living. I don't have a way to show it here. I don't even think I could do it like this way.
I can't talk.
So like holding the pendulum here. Can you move the pendulum? See, not much is really happening. They need to be in contact with something that's living because the spirits can't really hold them themselves, but also they need that energy from the living body too for their energy to interact with, and that's what, can give them the strength and ability. I made a picture of a little boy. Paul, is that a picture of you? Whoa!
Children.
Hey! Thank you, guys, for whoever wanted to do that there. I was asking you to play with the candle, and you did. Thank you. You made the flame go real big and then you snuffed it out. That's kind of what Paul did the other day. So
What should I do?
you did well enough there. So through the one app here came through the picture of a child. They said children over here, so very, very interesting. Very cool. I love it, and it's really cool having two different spirits to use these apps and devices. A lot of times it does seem like they're communicating together, or there's some sort of like conversation, or like everything just seems to work together. But that was really cool. Thank you guys. I'm really, really happy that y'all did that for me. But so like holding a pendulum here, they can use it. If you attach it to like a tree, it would be able to be used as well because the tree's living. Any living thing, they can use it. So that is something. Maybe one day I'll try to stick one of these in like a potted plant and see if they can move it. I don't know because it has to twirl it around in there. But like if you just put these in a cup, the spirit wouldn't be able to do anything with them because it's not touching anything alive. Do either of you have anything else you want to say or add? You want to draw any other pictures? If not, we can jump to the music here. The candle is lit. If you guys want to play with the flame, you definitely can. So what we're going to do is we'll play some music here to finish off this extra special and hopefully extra interesting for you episode here of Huz Ghost Stories. So I'm just going to move Joshua back, move the candle over here. So is what Paul and I have been doing for a while and we really enjoy doing is finding out what kind of music he likes. Overall, he seems to be a country boy, which is what my wife Megan likes to hear. But he does like to listen to all sorts of other types of music too. So he does enjoy a little rock. Not too much like rap or anything too wild, but I got his backpack full of toys here. I'm trying to see if we have any other lights in here, and we do. That would work, it does. So we'll do these two. Put the rest of you guys back in. We got him toys for Christmas, and originally the toys were kind of like little offerings to him from us, like when we first got him. That's how I got the chicken here. Rooster. My mistake. Alright, so this is what we like to do. Light's a little faded. How's this one? This one's really bright. Alright, so we'll use this. How's this one? This one's bright too. You said cold. Are you cold? Let me turn this one off here. Thank you for turning them both on. Alright. We're going to reset yours here too, Joshua. You can play along, or you can just play with your light as you want. So what we'll do is we reset the lights, and then I'll start playing a song. If Paul likes it and he wants to listen to the full song, I'll have him light up one light, and then if the light stays on, or if he lights up both lights, I'll add the song to his little playlist I have going. And what I'm doing with these lights here is they're kind of the same if you've ever been on a paranormal investigation or seen... Why'd you both say sin? Joshua's lights going up here. Screen. Yeah, we got screens here, but why do we say sin? If you've been on Paranormal Investigation before, they'll do this thing with flashlights where they'll loosen the flashlight so the batteries have room to separate and the flashlight can turn on and off. Kind of the same thing here. You get these loose enough so that they are off and the spirits can use their energy to turn them back on. But let's go ahead. I'm definitely going to get a copyright claim on this video here for playing some of their songs, but that's okay. It'll be fun here. So we'll start off with some country. So we got one light. So we got one light here. I don't know if you guys can see the lights. Put it on Paul. And we'll put the other one up here too. It'll be hard for me to see him, but you guys can see him a little better then. Shovel.
I am in pain.
You're in pain? I'm sorry to hear that. Why are you in pain? Spirits shouldn't be in pain. You don't really have a body anymore. Do you not like this song? Is that your problem over here, Joshua? This is the first time Joshua's been part of the music. I'm in pain. Joshua doesn't really like this music. He doesn't like this song. Paul does. I'll give you a second light here and you can play along too. I'll show what songs you like. But sometimes through the device, Paul will start sending out words that match the song, and it's like he's trying to sing along with the song, which is always really cool. When he said through Shovel, that's just what it made me think of. Alright, pal, I'm going to add this to your playlist, Paul's Likes. Alright. But you light up both lights, so maybe you do like it. Whoop. Alright, let's do a couple more here.
I am in pain.
What do you mean you're in pain? You can tell me. Is this too close to you? If you want to play with the flames some more, you can. There we go. Let's try this one.
Please go.
So usually I'll give it like 30 seconds to a minute for any lights to turn on.
Damaged.
Damaged? What's damaged? Is something on your box damaged? Ooh, you turn on the light. Paul, do you want to turn on your second light? Do you like it that much?
Foolish.
Foolish? Alright, you don't have to turn on the second light if you don't want to.
Funny.
Funny? Alright, we'll do one more here to finish off this video. Oh. See if we go 3 for 3 on likes or not. Hey, at the last second.
It's impossible.
What's impossible? Come on. Candle did not want to snuff out now. You too, Joshua? Joshua's got one going too.
Later this evening.
Later this evening, you want to do it again? I think this is one of Megan's favorite songs, so we can definitely play it with her later on. But I think that does it for this unique episode of Huz Ghost Stories here. Hopefully you found it interesting, and hopefully you at least enjoyed hanging with Paul. Sorry. Didn't mean to shake the table. But...
Punish.
Punish? Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Not punish me here. Alright, let's relax. But, thanks for joining the three of us. I hope you always enjoy hanging out with Paul like I do. Hopefully we can get him interested in doing some more stuff with us, and maybe as Joshua warms up to me too, we can have him around here. Or, whatever his name is going to be. Not going to be, whatever his name is, but... Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share it around. Let's introduce everyone to little Paul here. But, most importantly, stay in the light.